So either we're talking speculation or it's going to be confirmed later on. But YouTube is planning or is has already announced that they are going to um, demonetize or prevent channels that use AI generated videos from becoming monetized. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make it difficult. So it's quite a like a AI generated content on the internet. We've seen it. There's been a lot of meme. Like I've seen a meme of a person or two dogs screaming at each other, barking at each other behind two doors, and then one door, a person opens the door and the dogs just went quiet. At first, you would think this is real, but then if you look at it, before the person even touched the door started to open. That's when you realize that okay, this is AI generated. Some
Yeah.
of them are very obvious, and some of them are not so obvious, right? So it's a fine line. It's a fine line between creative art or and just straight up lying, I guess. So obviously, Hollywood is going to be running scared. But YouTube demonetizing channel for creating content like that. Do you think that a good idea? Do you think that uh, um, they're stifling creativity, or do you think that this is to prevent a bigger issue, like people creating an amazing content and no people no longer, you know, go looking to Hollywood for big blockbuster movies? Let's start with you, since you're the youngest, Babylicious.
But
What do you think?
people are always gonna look to Hollywood for that. I'm gonna be real. This when it comes to AI is the one thing I think all generations can come together and say it's it's like it's hard to explain. Like is it shouldn't be something that's replaced because it's never gonna be as respected as the real deal, if that makes sense. Because it's something that you can just generate just one like that's you're replacing that with such an art form that's been on this earth for ages and ages and ages, something that's like film and cinema. And I don't think anyone of any generation would be okay with AI with that being replaced with artificial intelligence.
I do feel a certain type of way when because I'm an artist, I do feel a certain type of way when I see a really nice looking art and then I hear that it's AI generated. I feel like, okay, where's the blood and sweat? Where is the creative mind to create that? This is just a
Yeah,
computer generated
that's what I
that.
mean. That's exactly what I mean. Like that fight with Brad Pitt and the other guy, I forgot his name. Yeah, you could make that in the comfort of like your own space, but where's the sweat? Where's the tears? Where's like this individual having to embody this character that they want to play, like really getting into it, the grueling hours, and then once like all that hard work is paid off and you see everything come together, it's such a great payoff. And you want to replace all that for AI? Come on
Yeah,
now.
but you can also argue that for some for people like Jackie Chan and Jet Li, who are old now and they're not like the younger days. They cannot move like their younger days. They cannot, act like they were in the younger days. To be able to be recreated in real life in such a format and create a good movie, do
That's
you not
different
think that?
though. That's different. That's fighting. Completely different. That's action. I'm talking about full on raw emotion, actual acting. I
Right.
don't think that aspect is something that's ever gonna be respected if it was to be replaced by AI. You know what I
Okay, I see
mean?
what.
There's so many iconic films in that have been in history. So many different impactful scenes that will never like AI will never hold a candle to that. That was made by humans, full on raw emotion. So a person pitched this script, their idea, to a bunch of people and made it into something amazing. And that takes
Okay.
talent.
Here's a controversial one. Yeah. Let's say they were able to bring back. Let's say someone created an AI video of a dead person. Let's say like oof, who can we say? Let's say Michael Jackson. Yeah, someone recreated a whole Michael Jackson video, brand new video using Michael Jackson, which obviously that's already been done. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on YouTube. Do you think that's disrespectful to Michael
It's
Jackson?
it's not
And
disrespectful per se, but it's not gonna hold a candle to actual Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? I don't think it's
yeah,
disrespectful as long as, like, let's say you're not making an AI video of like Michael Jackson doing something stupid. I don't know, or just like making a mockery of him. I guess.
right. Okay. You got anything else to add to that?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, the YouTube thing, I don't think it's a big deal. If they don't want people to get monetization off AI, that's their business. That's YouTube at the end of the day. That's a whole different thing.
Mm, yeah. Maestro, let's hear your perspective on this.
As someone who's not really paid attention to AI, and to be honest, as someone who prefers like hard work and reward after that, being rewarded for your hard work and whatnot. I uh I see it as a liability in my opinion, but not to me, but not to the whole world who wants to take advantage of it. If they want to take advantage of it, that's fine, and that's fine. But there's something I wanted to touch on before I get into this whole AI perspective and whatnot. So when I watched the Jackie Chan, it was obvious that it was AI because I have watched action movies and whatnot,
Mhm.
and they don't move the same at all. Like whenever it comes to like action movies like Avengers, Spider Man, or wait, no, wait, I can't say that. No, Spider Man, Avengers, Deadpool. You could tell effort was placed into these scenes and whatnot. Um, with the AI generated Jackie Chan and whoever that other dude is, Jet Li or something like that. I can see a slight difference how action is being filmed and how AI generated it is. Because when you're fighting, where's the impact? Even action movies has some impact whenever it comes to fighting. I felt none of that when I was watching what you sent.
In their defense, though, in because I think it with the mindset of it being like the old action Chinese kung fu movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like old Chinese kung fu movie, like Jackie Chan's old movie, like a Master or Jet Li's or Bruce Lee's old movie or Jet Li's movie. They always have that kind of unrealistic finesse to it. That unrealistic movement, those unrealistic weapons moving, those running on top of
Building
walls, those
walls, yeah.
yeah, just jumping on water, like skipping on water without barely touching it. Those were always part of the Chinese kung fu movie experience. I think that's what the creator of that video was going for. And for me personally, I thought they nailed it.
And another thing, the one way you can kind of tell the Brad Pitt thingy is fake is when Brad Pitt, well, AI Brad Pitt starts speaking, like, yeah, it sounds like Brad Pitt, but if you listen carefully, it just sounds like some software trying to emulate how Brad Pitt sounds. Have you ever noticed when you're watching an AI video and there's dialogue, their voices kind of
Mm.
have some sort of grain to it, so you can tell
Yeah,
it's not actually
yeah,
someone talking in real life? That's how you can tell.
that's true. That's true. But AI is developing very fast, though. We see this one, and some people would not even believe that. Some people with untrained eye wouldn't believe you if you told them this was AI.
Yeah,
What do
but
you
that's
think we're gonna do in
that's
like
different.
10 years' time?
That's Chinese software, very advanced. Like any generic software that could be used in this country or the US, half the time you can tell it's fake.
That's true. That is true. Maestro, you want to expand on what you were saying? Hello?
Uh, hey, I mean, if AI helps, then that's fine. It's not like I have anything against it. I'm just whenever it comes to AI, I just can't help defend it. Not that, like I said before when I talked to you, I don't hate it, but I don't can't say I like it either. And
Yeah, yeah.
but it did always wonder whenever people use AI, people get angry about it. I was like, huh, okay, so everyone's angry about it. Neat,
Not
because
everyone,
it,
but I can understand.
it, no, it's
Not everyone.
true, it's true. Like, because quite a few people build stuff out of AI, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're using AI, and then everyone is just displeased about it, you know.
Because what's the creativity in that?
What's the creativity? Yeah, there's that. It was like,
Now I
and
can agree that
and then later on, I finally understood. Like, there's no creative on it whatsoever. But sometimes they just want to stick to it, stick to the AI process. But they need to know that if they stick to it, they're gonna get criticized a lot for it. So I was wondering,
Mm.
are they willing to accept that? Is the question.
but
But
there are
is my main question hasn't changed. My main question: do you think that YouTube preventing, and content creators that have that can create this kind of AI? Do you think preventing them to become monetized and earn money through their content, their AI content, like the one that we just saw? Do you think that's ethical?
I don't have an opinion on that. I
Me
didn't. If
neither.
they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
even I don't have an opinion on that. It was like,
Mm.
so I
but
sorry for
AI can be good in certain aspects. It can be very helpful. For example, when it comes to studying, and when it comes to studying, I don't mean going on ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, ChatGPT, write my whole essay." I don't mean stuff like that. Very helpful things like, "Hey, ChatGPT or whatever AI software I'm using, I'm struggling to find like a source I can use for this point I'm making. Could you try and help me find one?" Stuff like that. That's simple.
Mm. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I do use AI to help me with certain descriptions and to help me with hashtags and whatnot. So I'm not saying AI
I mean,
is bad,
I do that too.
but
Like, if I'm gonna give you an example. If I'm trying to write something or for an assignment and I'm like over a specific word count, I will always ask like, hey, is there a way for me to make this shorter, or is there a way for me to make this more like fleshed out, da 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 da, and then it'll give me tips, and then I will kind of like rewrite that from what I've seen, but in my own words.
Hmm,
and then again, we've
okay,
always done that since school, you know. Just don't copy it word for word. Just like
yeah, but not to this extent, not to
Not
how
to that
this,
extent.
not to that extent.
in
I guess,
in my opinion, I don't see any difference though.
I guess in my view is I don't like it because I think it's suffering creativity. And the example I gave, like Jackie Chan and Jet Li are past their prime right now. We missed the opportunity to see them in the big screen, both of them squaring it out. So having an AI generated content of them fighting in their younger days, it brings it brings tears to my eyes. It brings me joy. It's just like we missed the opportunity for uh, um, Luke Skywalker to be with Han Solo and to be with Princess Leia in the same scene again after all these years. We missed a great opportunity because let's face it, the Disney trilogy of the Star Wars was dog crap. So using AI to generate or to create that kind of scene or that kind of yeah scene would be great. Again, I don't think that YouTube, because maybe YouTube is thinking of it in terms of a business, right?
Hmm.
Because if let's say you're losing using the likeness of another person, that's kind of like copyright infringement because you're using another person likeness, right? But at the
Hmm.
same time, that person, like for example, Tom Cruise, that person Tom Cruise himself is not a business. He's not an entity. He's a person. So using the likeness of him, if it was like, okay, let's say Tom Cruise is like, I think his name is Nathan. I'm not sure, from Mission Impossible. Let's just call him Nathan. Yeah. Let's say he's Nathan from Mission Impossible. Now, if I use AI generated content to create Nathan from Mission Impossible, even though he has the likeness of Tom Cruise because he is Tom Cruise, but then he's portraying Nathan. I see why that could be copyright infringement because again, you're using a fictional character that was created by a company, an entity, right? But
Yeah.
if it's just Tom Cruise himself and you're using his likeness to create your own ideas, your own film as him playing whatever character, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't
Mm.
think he should be punished for it. And that's where I stand. That's where I stand. And yet, believe me when I tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of AI because I'm an artist. So obviously, when I see AI generated content, especially art, it really gets my blood boiling. But when I see a fighting scene, like think of the possibility: Mike Tyson versus Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris versus Muhammad Ali. The possibilities are endless.
Pretty sure most of the things you said are already on YouTube right now.
They probably are. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen them, but you're right, they probably are. So now imagine that you have those. Let's say I created that, and then YouTube will not monitor. Even though I got 1 million views, so many subscribers, and people are liking it, sharing it, writing, leaving comments. But then YouTube refuses to let me monetize it. They refuse to get my channel monetized. That is absolutely unfair.